Absolutely.
I know one of the really exciting things one of the things that we're very excited about in the urban health program is something that you actually played a key role in organizing last year, and that's the residential floor, the floor that's in one of the UIC housing units that's dedicated specifically to urban health program students. How's that going? And tell us a little bit about how it kind of came to be.
Oh, this is like so fun. It's like these are things I love. And so we have this great floor on the UIC campus. Another, who else has this? A floor where you and your friends that are interested in a career can live and study and play. Like, who can do this? And so it's actually in our Commons North, which is on the main side of campus, on the East Campus, and we have about 32 students that are on that floor. And so what myself, along with some different advisors and faculty, get to do, I say get to because it's such a fun adventure with them, is work with them one-on-one, whether that is having breakfast, lunch, and dinner with students in their pajamas, just building that network. There's actually a pharmacist. There is Dr. Charles McPherson that actually lives in the building.
Oh, wow.
And so you have a faculty member who is urban health actually living in this hall for your support, like whether that's academic support in a class, whether that is just you need to vent and talk about what's going on campus or with you, like whatever your needs are, you have someone there 24/7, in which not the traditional student would have, but that is a benefit of living in the residence halls and being a UHP student, like which is so awesome. But the mission came about because we just wanted to make sure in urban health that we, I guess, support our students. All of the things that we're doing within our services for undergraduate and pre-undergraduate students are to support them, like whether that is their academics or just to support them as a person. And so thinking of, I guess, it as a holistic path.
And it's going well, obviously.
It is going so well. This is the second year that we've gone into the residence halls. It's been great transition. Many of our students now are staying, and on the East Campus, for those that are familiar with UIC, it's mainly first year students, but this experience is sophomore and up, and they're staying. So that says something for me about that floor, is that they have built a strong community and they do utilize the support systems that we do have on the floor.
Wonderful. Okay, so I'm imagining that there's probably some high school students out there watching this program, and they're saying, boy, I'd really like to live on that floor, and I'd really like to get involved with some of these things. What would we tell those high school students? What should they be doing to make sure that, one, they're available they're competitive to apply to a UIC in one of the health sciences, and then also how would they look at maybe getting on this floor down the road?
Oh yeah, to get on the floor, we'll start with that because that's probably what you need to do right now, is that housing actually has a waiting list for students. And so if you're interested, you're going to go ahead and go to the housing website, which is uic.edu/housing. And so you're going to make sure you go there and click on the Urban Health Program professionals floor. There's actually a link there, and then you fill out your application there. And it's that quick, and you actually have to do a small application as far as a writing sample.
Sure.
And so it's just really talking about what you guys are interested in the future, and how would that benefit you, or how can the floor benefit you in your future careers.
Before we get into the second part of that answer, I understand we've got a caller on the line. I want to make sure that we get to their question right away. Hello, caller. Are you on the air there?
Yes, I would like to know, has UIC set aside some funds for like scholarships, or are you doing like assistance with tuition or anything like that to attract minority students to go into the health field?
Well, the best place to go for that answer would actually be the Office of Financial Aid, because they know all of the scholarships that are available, all of the grants that are available, all of the options that are available. Yes, there are money set aside for students Yes, there are a number of scholarships and grants and fellowships and those types of things that are out there, but the Office of Financial Aid is probably your best bet in terms of locating where those things are housed. And then each of the health science colleges actually often have their own programs as well, specifically for urban health program students or for first generation college students. And again, the Office of Financial Aid at UIC is a good place to get that information from. So thank you for your call. It's a very good question. Now, we had started before talking about what should high school students be thinking about doing to make sure that they're competitive in terms of their applications to get into UIC and to get into one of these health professions fields.
I usually tell our students to just start thinking about it. That is the first step, because as a high schooler, you don't always think, or as a freshman, sophomore, you don't always think, oh, college, what do I need to do to become a doctor? Like you say, oh, I'll worry about those things once I get into college. But the first step is thinking about that and what do you want to do with your life, of course. And then 2 is just that doing the research. Figuring out what schools you're interested in, what actually is that criteria for that particular school, because with the students that I'm working with that are high schoolers, every place is a little bit different.
Sure.
So you need to do your research and build connections with a community member or someone at that school. Or even your high schools, actually. There's usually a counselor that can coordinate that action, because there's recruiters that actually come to your school monthly, if you didn't know, from UIC, whether it's from one of our health departments or whether it's traditional undergraduate admissions. Like, there is always going to be someone available to you on your own campus at your high school. So build those connections with that person. Make sure that they know who you are, what your name is, because when you're application is coming across desk, and they do, it's not as if admissions boards just, oh, click, 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 this person would be good. No, they're actually reading what you guys are submitting. So make sure that, again, you're doing your research, you're building that network with that recruiter, kind of what we talked about a little bit last week, building relationships with the recruiters that are coming to your campus, and then again from there making sure you have all your ducks in a row from that research, and making sure your grades are up to par, and if not, knowing why they're not, because that's what universities want to know. And again, that's what your support system needs to know for you guys. It's not like us saying as administrators, oh, well, why did you get these bad grades? You're a horrible person. But it's, we know that there could have been some downfalls. What are you going to do in the future? And that's what most schools want to hear in your personal statements. So remember that when you're thinking about college, you're thinking about those types of things. And again, and reading. Reading is another great thing, because you want to make sure that you're ready for the college experience, because studying in high school and in grade school is so different from your studying in undergrad. And then even different from your studying when you're going to become that medical professional. It's all so different. But just do your research, guys, for the schools that you're interested in.
Absolutely. I like your point about what is it that you want to do, and you're not a bad person because you've gotten bad grades in the past. We interviewed actually a former director of the educational assistance program here at UIC from many years ago, Dr. Jim Griggs, who actually went on to be the president of Malcolm X College, and he talks about ambition quotient as opposed to intelligence quotient, AQ versus IQ, that if people are very serious and dedicated about where they want to go, that often is a far better predictor of how well someone will do rather than their test scores.
Oh, yes. And it's funny because with the group, the undergraduates and the graduate students, when we have different folks come in and talk to us, whether that is the faculty or just prominent folks in the health community, that's what they're saying. They're like, I'm not that smart. I just knew how to buckle down and figure out what I wanted to do, and I went and got it. Like, whatever it is that you want to do, even if it's not truly something in health, whatever it is, seek it out. and figure out what it is that you want to do and what you need to get there and who you need to build networks with to get there, because you can't do it all on your own.
Absolutely. Well, we've just got a few minutes left, Tarri, and I know that there's some exciting events coming up in the Urban Health program, and of course every year we have our April Health Professions Conference that folks should be looking out for information on our conference in April, because that's a great opportunity for students to come in and learn about the different health professions. But what are some other things that are coming up that we should let folks know about?
Oh yes, coming up very shortly, like tomorrow, we're actually having a welcome reception mixer for our undergraduates, folks that are interested, graduate students, and the alumni. So everyone is invited, and again, it's an opportunity for you guys to come and network with peers, with the folks that you want to be, that are going to be in the graduate professional school. There will be M1s, D1s, P1s. The M is medical first year. P1s are pharmacy first years, and so on and so forth. So when we say these letters, that's what that means. And so you'll get to actually work with these guys and ask those questions. So ask those questions when you meet lots of our health professionals and different students. We're also doing a blood drive next Tuesday. So if anyone is interested in giving blood, that's going to be on our east side of campus, in the Student Center East. Come on down anytime between, I believe it is 10 and 2. So we're doing that there.
Sure.
Which is awesome. Like, just so many things that we are doing. And then, as DJ said, look out for the health conference coming up in April. It'll be more than likely the first week in April. So check out our website, because it will have all that updated information.
And speaking of our website, let me share that information with you. If you're interested in any of the things that we've been talking about today, about the Urban Health program, about what it's going to take for you to get your career path headed in medicine, and things that the Urban Health program can do to help, then give us a call. Our office number is 312-996-7727, and you can see our website address, because that's far too long for me to try and spit out here. So thank you so much, Tarri, for joining us today, and thank you for joining us on Urban Health Hotline. We'll see you next week.